get delayed. It's part of the business. Sometimes they just take a long time to come out. I mean, look at Duke Nukem Forever. That one took 15 years to come out. And hey, if you think that's bad, get a load of this. This game was finished in 1994. It was released in 2013. That's almost 2 decades between development and release. That's crazy. And as a result, these kind of games sometimes end up with these cult-like followings. But you know, sometimes there's a reason games like this don't get published. I mean, Duke Nukem, Putty Squad, they don't get published because they're not very good. Here's all you need to know about this game. It was developed for the Amiga. It was never released. They put it out for the Super Nintendo. It basically sucked. And then in 2013, the Amiga version was finally released for free on the developer's website. Now it's on the 3DS for some reason, where people are supposed to pay for it. It's like giving someone a gift that no one bought, and then trying to sell it to them the very next year. Well, wait, that's literally exactly what's happening here. So that's the story. What's the game? Well, actually, if you've ever played James Pond, this game is very similar. Almost eerily similar. It has the same 1990s look, a lot of the same design elements, boring, cluttered levels, collectible crap everywhere, progression based on collecting that crap, imprecise mechanics, and a terrible sense of humor. Trust me, I know you hear platformer from the 90s and you get excited, but this ain't the 90s platformers you're thinking of. It doesn't have any of the focus, or the polish, or... Really, a Putty Squad is just a total cluster of game design. So every level has, among a million other things, a certain number of putty people. And you have to absorb these putty people to open the door and then complete the level. Okay, so far so good, right? Yeah, if only it were that simple. See, on top of that, Putty Squad stacks up a million other ideas. Like I said, there's crap everywhere in this game. Everything from weapons, to items, to vehicles, to bonuses, to stickers, to... Seriously, it's entirely too much. There's so much, and so cluttered, you don't have a clue what any of it does. I mean, it's the same thing that drives me crazy about James Pond. You know, look at Mario, or even Sonic. Those games have focus. Every item has a clear and distinct purpose. Every level has a flow and a sense of order. Putty Squad's like, oh, they were designing a platformer, but then someone just spilled everything, and they looked at the mess, and they thought, f it. It's not gonna come out for another 19 years anyway. So the clutter and the lack of focus are the main issues, at least for me. I mean, you have no idea where to go here, which, you know, would seem to indicate it's about exploration, right? Like, oh, these levels are so open and aimless because you're supposed to explore them. Makes sense, right? Yeah, until you realize you're also on a timer. They added a f***ing timer. There goes the whole exploration thing. You know, the gameplay has the same 2 problems, clutter and contradictions. All those different weapons and items you have, well, they're all on the touchscreen with this awful interface. Yet you have to tap them to activate them, but you also have to scroll through them because it only shows a few at a time. And that takes time, which is a problem when there's a million things trying to kill you. This is a terrible interface. Really, everything's just so overdone. Like, you don't just climb ladders, you have to hold a button and press up. And you don't just absorb things by touching them, you have to actually stop there for a second before it happens. You know, the game's just so overthought that it just ends up being too cumbersome for its own good. I mean, it's actually over-designed. Putty Squad throws so much stuff at you, none of it sticks. The game has gotten a nice little facelift for the 3DS, but I mean, it still has the same early 90s look, you know, and not the good early 90s look. This is like the generic 90s look. But even so, it at least looks good, technically. Sound here is just awful, though. The music's horrible. It has the worst sound effects. I mean, really, it's no wonder this thing was never published. It is just, objectively, a poorly made game. And that's the thing, you know, the trials and tribulations of Putty Squad, I mean, it's not a story of injustice or anything. It's not like it's this misunderstood game that's finally getting the chance it deserves. It's everything that sucks about James Pond, but amplified. It's even more aimless, and even more cluttered, and even more tedious. Like this is one of those games that's just, it's really tough to plow through this one. I mean, there's no question, Putty Squad's a great story, but it was never a great game.